As we know, the new trend is bringing the indoors outside, but finding that right furniture can be kind of hard. Well, Neighbor has the furniture for you, and with me is Nick, who is one of the founders of this amazing company, and this furniture is so incredible. But let's back up to how this company got started and why.
Yeah, happy to tell the story. It's a fun one. So I met my two co-founders, Mike and Chris, at this point, almost 6 years ago. So I've known them for a really long time. We worked at our last employer together. And both, the three of us kind of just naturally gravitated towards each other because we had a lot of entrepreneurial desires. We talked about wanting to try to start our own businesses someday. Over time, I think the ideas just started to swirl around. And we landed on the outdoor space for a few different reasons. One, we had worked at a direct consumer mattress company before. And so a lot of the things that we understood, supply chain, shipping big bulky products to people's front door, would work pretty well in the outdoor furniture category. The other thing that we were really passionate about was trying to go and take this approach to say, you kind of already gave the lead-in pitch, but how do you design furniture that's outside that takes some of the interior design aesthetics and tries to mirror it externally? I think historically a lot of outdoor furniture has looked like outdoor furniture. We want it to have a little bit more of an elevated look, a little bit more of an elevated design, and something that, we don't always tell people this, but if you want to put it inside, you could.
Yeah, well, it looks great inside the way we're right now in the showroom here. What I also like is that you guys started the company in Arizona, which is one of the hottest places around.
Yeah.
So the furniture is going to work outdoors, and that's one thing you guys really wanted to make sure.
Yes, absolutely. I think the thing that we care most about is our customer experience, right? And I think that as long as you're doing right by your customer, they're going to be evangelical about who you are. They're not, they're going to hopefully help drum up a little bit more word of mouth and help the business grow. And so we tested it obviously locally. We had some friends and family that lived in other climates that we wanted them to test it in so that we knew that it would last. And the teak behaves differently depending on where you are, right? Arizona, the only thing that really kind of I think could be a concern for teak is the amount of dust that happens in the monsoon season. If you live in the Pacific Northwest, you got to deal with a little bit of moisture and make sure that you're allowing it to air dry each day. All the fabric on our furniture is made by Sunbrella, which is the market leader in outdoor solution dyed acrylic. So, we're new. They've been around for 100+ years. You can rely that this fabric's not going to fade. It's easy to clean. It's machine washable. So we tried to make something, like you said, that is beautiful but will last really long.
Yeah, and I like the name Neighbor because that's actually a great name in the way it came about too. Yeah, and that's where you wanted people to be neighbory.
Yeah, I think that's probably a pretty fair way to put it. We started this in the middle of the pandemic. We launched Neighbor in September 2020, and obviously there was a little bit of time prior to that where we were mulling around what should we call this thing, what is going to be the intention of it. And ourselves, we found that our homes that were normally where you would go to relax became a school, a restaurant, a daycare, work, all these things that you would usually get out of your home to do, those stressors came to the interior of your home. And so we found ourselves escaping outside, waving to neighbors more than we used to, and trying to find community in kind of the small little ecosystem that we had. And that really, I think, helped solidify our decision, A, to call it Neighbor, but to build a business that's trying to help people build connection by getting a little bit, spending a little bit more time outdoors and maybe disconnecting from electronics.
Yeah. Well, I like it. The showroom we're in right now, and you invite people to come over and be a neighbor and try it out, have a seat. And I've been enjoying sitting here, and we've been having a conversation just like if we're on the back patio of the house or something. It was really nice. So you're inviting people to come in and take a look.
Absolutely. It's an appointment only kind of visit type situation right now. We have a small team, but we like to have intimate dialogues with people that want to come and test out the furniture. So if you live in Phoenix or if you're traveling through, hineighbor.com, check out our scheduling system, and we're open 6 days a week. You can pop in, and we're happy to give you this same story and a little bit more if you're interested.
Nick, I'm so glad you allowed me in to be a neighbor in your neighborhood.